Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and a brand new Weekend Warfare is out. This week's is actually going to be called Damage and Health, and the description goes as follows. Juggernaut and Stopping Power are restricted. Normal Team Deathmatch. This is actually a very interesting idea because it answers the question of what would Call of Duty 4 and thus Modern Warfare Remastered be like if they did not have Stopping Power or Juggernaut? Because Stopping Power and Juggernaut are incredibly powerful. They are so powerful that in more recent Call of Duty games, they have been completely removed from the series. Juggernaut was removed after World at War, and Stopping Power was removed after Modern Warfare 2, and I think the series is a bit better because of it, because having such powerful perks like this makes it so you basically have to pick one or the other, and that does not give you a lot of variety when it comes to your custom class. So what is this particular Weekend Warfare like? I will say it's pretty fun, although I kind of think they missed the mark a little bit by making it team deathmatch only. I'm not the biggest TDM fan in the world. You guys know I love playing the objective, but also at the same time, I think there's a little bit of method to their madness over there at Raven Software, because if you consider for a moment the fact that Stopping Power and Jug are gone, this means Sonic Boom is much more viable, and Sonic Boom Frag times 3 with no real downsides sounds pretty ridiculous in a 6v6 game of domination, right? So I can definitely see why they made it a team deathmatch only mode, and overall it's very fun to play. It's nice to see other perks being used, and you're actually able to experiment with different ideas and see how good they may be in certain situations. Like, for example, I was able to bring back my tried and true double tap M4 carbine, which you would think is not actually very good, and to be honest, it's really not that great. But back in the day when I was a brand new COD player, and I think I've told this story before, so forgive me, longtime fans, but it's one of my most endearing stories about being a nooblet in the Call of Duty series. When I first started playing COD 4, I was looking at the credit classes, right? And I saw with the M4 that its damage was really low. I'm going off of the in-game statistics here. I saw damage was very low, but fire rate was very high. So I thought to myself, well, if I put double tap on this, it's going to make it so the fire rate goes all the way up. And if the fire rate's all the way up, it's going to make it very good, right? This is well before I knew Stopping Power is pretty much just best on everything. And so I would run around with my double tap M4. It was like my favorite gun to use. I would play Ground War. I remember every prestige I would get up to Red Tiger, because back then your camos actually reset every time you prestige. So I would get every single prestige. It was my favorite gun, the M4, and I would use double tap on it all the time. It was awful, and once I learned that Stopping Power was just much better, I started using that. But with this particular Weekend Warfare, I am able to run around with my double tap M4, and I'm actually able to have a lot of fun with it. Double tap is actually incredibly powerful here because it just, you get more bullets down range, approximately 33% faster, and you're able to take people out. It's interesting to see other perks like Sleight of Hand being used. Now, if you play hardcore, you're used to Sleight of Hand, right? A lot of people run Sleight of Hand in hardcore, but using it on an AK-47 in core is pretty insane. And if you're wondering, they don't actually adjust any of the damage whatsoever. Like, it says damage and health as the name of the Weekend Warfare, but it doesn't actually adjust anything. To actually prove this, here I am using a UAV jammer M48-3, and I shoot this guy in the upper chest, and as you guys can see, I get a hit marker. Because you guys don't know, the M48-3 cannot get a one-hit kill to somebody without Stopping Power unless you hit them in the head. So do not use the M48-3 in this playlist. If you want to snipe, which is completely viable, use something like the R700 or the Barrett 50 cal. But yeah, it's very interesting to see how this is actually going down. But I will say that UAV jammer is pretty powerful, almost too powerful in this particular playlist, because it's team deathmatch, right? Which is a very intimate game mode. And if you have an intimate game mode like this, where as soon as you shoot, everybody's looking for you, not having UAV jammer when 2 or 3 of your teammates probably are using UAV jammer just means everybody is going to gun for you the moment the UAV pops up. But again, it's interesting to see what the game is like without Stopping Power in Juggernaut. I will say that without those perks there, that UAV jammer is probably the best perk, which kind of takes me back to Call of Duty Black Ops a little bit when everybody was running Ghost. But at the same time, it's fun to see what the game is like, and I really do enjoy the idea of Weekend Warfare. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the ones they've put out so far. Like, the last week's one, the shotgun and pistol one, was actually pretty fun, but it wasn't the greatest thing ever. It's a nice change of pace, and I love the fact that they are adding this stuff to the game. Like, nobody asked for this. Nobody thought it was going to happen, but Raven Software is like, you know what? We're going to put this into the game. We're going to do it every single weekend. It would appear, and hopefully you guys get a kick out of it, and personally, I am. It's fun to try it out every single weekend. Like, they haven't been mind mind-blowing, amazing game modes. Like, I remember when Fracture came out for Black Ops 3. That was mind-blowing. That was a game changer for me personally. These aren't game changers, but they're fun little side things for you to do on the weekend that breaks up the monotony of playing your standard modes like Ground War, Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search, whatever it is. You get to try something different with specific rules, and I really like that. So kudos to you, Raven Software, and let me know down there in the comments if you guys are enjoying Weekend Warfare and what ideas do you have for future Weekend Warfare events. Like, personally, I think we're definitely going to have a bolts only Weekend Warfare, like an M48-3 and R700 only weekend event. That might be interesting, honestly. But what other ideas do you guys have? Because I definitely think Raven Software is trying to think outside the box here. What they have here is a platform for them to try out new and innovative ideas when it comes to game modes, and then just take them away. There's no real commitment. They're only going to be here for a couple of days every single week, so they can definitely try some very interesting concepts, and maybe some of the more popular ones will make their way into the core rotation of playlists here in Modern Warfare Remastered. So let me know down there in the comments, what ideas do you guys have, and what do you personally hope to see when it comes to the Weekend Warfare playlist. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Drop me a rating, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day.